This video shows you how to read data into R that is downloaded from other sources. Right now here I have three different types of data files, one in R format, one in Stata format, and one in Excel format. And these data are related to the computer exercise C3 in chapter 1 of the Oldridge textbook. So I'm going to download all three of them and then read into our program. I'm going to click them one by one. I'm clicking so it's downloaded. It should be in the downloads folder. I will check that in just a minute, but let me download all three of them. So the first one in R format, second one in Stata format, and the third one in Excel format. So if you go to your downloads folder, here are the three files. Now we have downloaded the data files. We want to read them into R, and there are multiple ways of loading the data. First option is to use the import dataset menu from the R environment, and here is that menu right here. Write the syntax as in the import dataset option. So instead of doing this step, you could write the syntax exactly the way it would write. You can choose a file interactively and set the working directory and provide just the file name. First, I'm going to show how to use the import dataset menu, and it's right here. Click on it and you will see Excel format, SPSS, SAS, Stata. So let's start with Excel, and here is the window you see. Now click on the browse button, and you need to go to the folder where your data is located. I downloaded the data in three different formats. The first one is in Excel, second one in Stata, and third one in R format. I choose the first one and then hit open and click import. And you see that the file is imported, MEAP01_V4. There are 1731 observations, as you can scroll down here and then see the number of observations. And there are 11 different variables as represented by those names up. What you see here is that the data was downloaded from this location. So under my computer users and downloads, and here was the. Instead of doing that, what we can write the syntax. And before I do that, I'm going to show you, if you repeat this process, and if I go here, you can see that there is a code. Right now this is not complete, but let me browse the same file that I was browsing earlier. And if I do that and click open, you see that there is a code right here. So code preview. And you see that it is using the library read Excel. Here is the location. Here is the data frame name, and you can view the data frame with this code. So what I'm going to do is, instead of, if I know, I could type this directly, but I'm going to click on this button right here, and it's going to copy the code. I didn't see any option here, nothing popped up, but it has copied the code. Now let me go to the source and then paste it. I'm not going to hit import. I just copied the code. Let me paste it here. And you see this is the code. But I should probably put that in our chunk. So I'm going to go up here and then click on insert our chunk. Now I'm going to paste. Before I do that, let me clear this environment so that you see the difference. So I'm going to clear this. Now there is nothing in here. And if I hit Control Shift Enter to this chunk, then here is the same file with 1731 observations and 11 variables. Here is the data, and the good thing about this method is that you can save this file and run it for future use. The other option is to use the file interactively, or choose the file interactively. And I'm going to give it a file name or a data frame name, and I'm using the read Excel function, and the option is here file.choose. Then it's going to once you run this command, it's going to show you a window to choose the file. So it shows the Explorer. You need to go to the folder where the data is located. Mine is in download. And here are the 3 files. I'm going to choose the first one, Excel, and click open. And you see, here is the data frame, my data. It's the same number of observations and 11 variables. The other option is to set the working directory and provide just the file name. And the easiest way to do that is go to the Explorer, and you have your downloads folder here. And under the Home tab, you can click on this copy path. So notice that you need to click on the folder, not the file name, but on the folder to copy this path. So I've copied it. I'm going to come back here and then paste the location. You see that there is an error code and you need to fix it. And the way to do it is you need to change the backward slashes to forward slashes manually, and from your keyboard. Here's another one, and here's another one. And you use the read_Excel function and provide the file name inside the parentheses, like that, but with the file extension. And once you hit run, you get the data here. What you may want to do is assign a data frame name. And I just did that, my data_1. And you see, instead of seeing the data right here on your source code window, you see my data 1, 1731 observations with 11 variables. What you just saw is the ways to read the files that are in your computer. But if you wanted to read, or if you wanted to use other data sets that come with the R-base program, and if you want to learn more about if you want to use other examples, there are data that can be accessible in base R, available from the data sets package, and this is already installed in your computer. So if you use data and then put the data file name in parentheses, you should see data that you can read into R. So here is the data set that's provided as an example. Or another example would be empty cars. Or you could get the data from some other packages you have installed in your program. And this Oldridge package that I have already installed, and I put it in the library. And one of the data files available in this package is MEAP01_01. And if I run them, here is the data file. So yeah, here it is. So what I just showed you is 6 different ways of reading the data into the R program. And there will be other videos that will show, once you have read the data in your R program, now how to do the analysis. That's going to be the focus of other videos. What I did not do here is I wanted to, I showed that there are 3 different files I downloaded, but I only showed the example for the Excel file. I would invite you to repeat this exercise for the Stata file and the R data file, so that you get you can practice reading the data in our program, regardless of the format that you are presented with. This is important because you will have to be used to reading the data in other formats, especially, if it's not just for the course. If you want to do actual data science, learn other econometric techniques, if you want to replicate the results for other researchers that have worked on their own papers, and if they have provided the data in other formats, it is very important that you know how to read those data files into your R program. So try all of these methods, and once you are able to do that, you will be able to do anything with these data. Good luck.